The world is full of adults who have been hurt and are carrying their trauma from childhood into their adultism. And we see this even in ourselves. Even if you don't want to admit it, I'm pretty sure there are several things that you have carried from childhood into your adulthood that has shaped who you have become in some type of way. And some of these things are going to be negative. Some of these things are defense mechanisms that end up showing up in our relationships, in our dealings with the world and the universe as we get older. It's just a fact. And I know from my own experience that I have hurt people due to how I was hurt as a child. And a lot of us don't want to admit the simple fact that hurt people do hurt people, and sometimes we were the hurt person that ended up hurting other people. Now, it doesn't make us a bad person. It makes us somebody who went through something and built up a protector mode, a protector facility, a protector army that we sent out energetically that ended up hurting people in the process because we would rather protect ourselves and let the other people hurt. How many times have you seen women and men come from abusive backgrounds where they saw their parents put hands on each other and fight each other like they're Mike Tyson, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia? Luckily, I did not grow up with a background where my parents were physically into it. My background was different. It was not perfect, but it was nothing near what some of you guys maybe watching this video have experienced. And if you have experienced something like that in your childhood, I really hope that you're able to heal, forgive, and move on and move past that. And I really hope that you're not carrying that hurt with you to, one, hurt others, or to, two, believe that you're supposed to be hurt by the person that you're with because that is what you saw. So a lot of the times you end up on one side of the fence or the other side of the fence. You're super empathic, super people pleaser, super I gotta put you above me, or you're not gonna love me. Or we have the opposite side of the fence where you are narcissistic as fuck. Everything has to be about you. You can be toxic and abusive emotionally and physically. So you can end up on either side of the fence here. Or you can end up in the middle where it's a spectrum. So it doesn't mean you're going to be on this extreme or that extreme, but a lot of us carry more empathic traits. Some of us carry more narcissistic traits. I do believe that there's a narcissistic empath as well. It's called a covert narcissist. I can admit that I have definitely had narcissistic traits, and I probably still, not probably, I do still have narcissistic traits. I'm just going to be 100% completely honest, because that's what I want to do on this channel, is be totally authentic. I don't want to lie, because if I'm going to be genuine and if I really want to make the videos that I want to create, it's going to have to come from an authentic place, and it's going to have to come from a real place if I want this channel to be sustainable, and I want this type of content to really move people. Authenticity moves people, regardless of how ugly it is and how messy it is. And I can 100% be open and honest and transparent and say, yes, I have narcissistic traits about me, 100%. In order for you to be successful in some lanes, you gotta have a level of narcissism. Every great person has had some level of narcissism. Now, you wanna make sure though, that your narcissism is not hurting people. That's when I think you have taken it to a new level, okay? But I say all that to say that a lot of us bring over childhood trauma, right, into our adulthood. If you hear tap dancing, it's my son. Come here, Pope. Let me show you who's tap dancing over here. Come on, say hi to the soul food. I don't even know what to call y'all, but this is my baby boy. His name is Jackson. and he loves the camera, but I can't hold him the whole time. So you say hi, say hi people, hi people. I don't have childhood trauma because my mama loved me my whole life, right? Okay, but anyway, we carry stuff down and suppressed emotions into our adulthood because as children, we're not taught how to process and deal with our emotions as kids. So we build up these walls of Jericho. We build up the Great Wall of China, and we don't know how to take our own walls down and understand that now I have the skills to be able to place healthy boundaries in certain situations, right? That's really all it is boundaries, right? Whether you're a narcissist or an empath or something in between, a lot of people have boundary issues. They don't know how to set boundaries, and if they set boundaries, they don't know how to enforce them, right? So as you get older into adulthood, those hurt feelings and those hurt emotions that have not been processed, have not been dealt with, have not been fully felt, they will show up in your adulthood because your energy body, we are all energetic beings here in existence. Everything is energy, everything is mental. What we mentally feel, or the mental messages that we send out to the universe, right? They create and vibrate our frequency that is shown to the external world. When we don't process these emotions, guess what? They stick with us. It's like carrying a backpack that's heavy as hell from all of these stuff down, repressed and suppressed emotions. And we're just carrying these around. That's why we walk through life sometimes and we feel like, man, I'm so exhausted, I'm so tired, and I don't even know why I'm tired, but it's because I'm bogged down with all of these emotions that I'm not willing to unpack. Imagine going your whole life's journey just adding shit in your backpack, bruh. Niggas is exhausted. They're tired, thirsty, hungry. I'm seeing mirages right now, man. This shit is not even real, but I'm seeing shit out here. I'm getting delusional because I've been carrying this backpack for miles and miles and miles and eons and eons and eons and years and years and years. And not only am I carrying this around, I'm adding more shit to it because I'm not addressing it. So what we have to do in our adulthood is start to unpack all the shit that we have stuffed into our backpack. It's not gonna be nice. You might have some old Fritos in there, old boiled eggs that you cooked back in 3rd grade. You might have some cookie crumbs, cookie crisps. Ain't no telling, you might have some juicy juice that's just spoiled and molded now in your backpack. But it's time to go into that backpack. It's not going to be a good experience because it's going to be nasty. It's going to be messy. And a lot of us don't want to clean out our mental and emotional and physical, and not physical. Some of y'all probably don't want to do your physical either. Clean up your fucking room, okay? A lot of us don't want to go into that closet and clean the fuck up. Clean it up. Your emotional, spiritual closet is cluttered as fuck, and you're wondering why you are being held back in certain aspects of your life, or you cannot go beyond a certain point. Well, you need to clean out that fucking closet so you can actually let go and move on. As soon as you unpack that backpack, get all that clutter and nastiness up out of there. Don't you think it's gonna be a lighter load? Don't you think you'll be able to run with the backpack on now? Now I can sprint with the backpack on. And that's gonna make the journey just so much more enjoyable. So it's so true that hurt people hurt people. And this stems from childhood. Drop a comment down below and let me know what things that you carry with you to make you the person that you are right now, and what things have you done to heal yourself, to process these emotions, to actually move on so you can have a healthier relationship with not just other people, but also in your business, your career, your finances, your internal happiness, peace, fulfillment. It's going to affect and permeate every single aspect and area of your life. The suppressed and repressed emotions will continue to exist because whatever you resist persists. So stop resisting what's there and start getting curious. Get curious. But this all starts with awareness first and foremost. If you're not even aware that you have stuffed shit down, you're not aware that all of these emotions that you're carrying from childhood, and also on a day-to-day basis that you keep adding to it, if you're not aware of that, how the fuck are you gonna even fix the problem? So awareness is key. You have to be aware that you have these emotions that needs to be processed. They want to be processed. They're screaming out to you, please allow me to feel these emotions. Society has taught us that we should not show emotion. And what I will say is, I don't think that you have to make a public display of your emotions. I'm not saying that you need to cry in front of the world or in front of your friends or in front of the camera, in front of social media. That is not what I'm saying. But you need to, by yourself, in a safe place, preferably when you're not driving, preferably when you're alone. And if you live with other people, maybe go on a nature walk. Find a little sector of the nature walk where you can just be to yourself, because nature is automatically going to give you the medicine you need to have clarity and be able to shed those parts of you that no longer serve you. You just want to accept those feelings, accept those emotions, accept how you felt in that moment without the shame, without the guilt. You want to process these things, because if you don't process them, they're going to follow you everywhere you go. And wherever you go, there you are. And that's the reason why sometimes you might feel bogged down and you feel like a lot is going on in your life. But sometimes, and you feel like, I need a vacation. But have you ever went on that vacation and still felt like you couldn't be present? You still felt like you had a million things running through your mind, like, okay, this is cool, I'm out here on vacation, but you're already thinking about what I got to do when I get back. When do I get back? What is my boss going to require of me? What's my workload going to be when I get back? They're probably going to have me doing a million things because I was gone for X amount of days. You still don't have peace within, because wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, you are taking yourself. And when you're taking yourself somewhere, you're taking everything, every repressed emotion, every suppressed emotion, every negative thought, every negative belief, every limitation is coming with you. It doesn't matter if you go to the best place that you could imagine in what your perception is of the best place. You could go there and you would think that, oh yeah, this place right here, if I go there, I'm going to feel like I'm in heaven. But you go there and you understand that I'm still who I am in this moment. And even though I'm in paradise, I don't feel like it within. That's why you see some millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires, they still off themselves. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. The money is not the issue. You have to separate the money from the person. If you have all of this money, that's wonderful, that's great, because money is going to create opportunities. Money is going to give you choice, freedom, fulfillment. You'll be able to give back to your family. Money is a great tool. It's a tool that we all need to live a quality life. That just is what it is. So we need to stop attaching negative connotations and negative ideas surrounding money. But that's a whole different video. The money is not the issue. It's always the internal. Yes, this dude made millions of dollars, but he still offed himself because within, he didn't have peace. I had moments in my life where I thought the money was going to just change how I felt about myself. I thought the fame, the views, and everything was gonna make me feel a way and make me feel whole and complete. And when I found out that it didn't, when I finally got to the level that I thought was going to change who I was at my core, that's when everything broke down. And I had to demolish the person that I was, because I understood, even with the money, the fame, the clout, whatever the case was, I was still broken inside. I still had so much shit I needed to clean out my own closet that was just piling up. And it didn't matter how much money I had or how much validation I had or how many views I was getting. None of that shit mattered. And from that point, I made a decision that I know this is not going to be easy, but I have to start this journey. And I knew I was going to have to do a demolition process and a demolition project You know how when certain buildings and shit, they have to go under construction? That's exactly what I had to do with myself, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I had to demolish the current model and belief system that I had. I had to break down who I was, and I knew it wasn't gonna be easy, and I knew I was gonna have to make hella sacrifices, career-wise, everything-wise. And I was gonna have to isolate myself so I can actually grow. And I had to tear down everything that I had built because it was obsolete. It was not gonna take me where I wanted to go. Because the money didn't matter, none of that mattered. How I felt, like the fulfillment and wholeness within myself, that's what I was yearning for, and that's what I was longing. And I didn't have that. I had everything but that. So I had to demolish my building, my current construct of reality. I had to demolish, and I had to start from the ground up. That goes back to childhood trauma. I had to understand, why is my inner me sad? Why is she angry? She's sad and angry because she was sad and angry since a kid, and I never went back to consult with her and say, hey, what do you need? What do you need? How can I help you? You know, like, I'm here now. I'm the adult version of you, and I know you've been crying out to me all these years, and I haven't been listening. What can I do for you now? How can I serve you? There's certain needs that you have that I haven't met, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. And you have a conversation with your inner child, and you let her know, or you let him know, fellas out there, I'm here now, and I'm no longer going to shut you out. You've been crying and reaching out, because that's what these emotions are. These suppressed and repressed emotions are our inner child, our inner us, yearning to just allow us to be okay with feeling guilt, be okay with feeling shame, be okay with feeling hurt with whatever circumstance we had that made us feel that way. There's still an emotional imprint, right, from the past that we have not allowed ourselves to process and go through. So we must go back there and re-experience that and reintegrate it and give it a new meaning. Tell a new story. Hey, sweetheart, I know mom and dad used to argue. I know that they used to push you in the middle of it. But listen, that's the only way that they knew how to deal with things. You were never the issue, okay? Mom and dad they were young. They probably weren't even supposed to be together, you know? And so they did some things, and you did not deserve this. You did not deserve this. And if you're feeling sad or you're feeling angry, you're totally okay, and you're totally in your right to do that. I want you to feel that right now, okay? And you just sit with these emotions, and then you let your inner child know, now that we have process this, you know, I just want to let you know that your dad loves you, your mom loves you, but guess what? I'm going to take over now, okay? You don't have to worry about mom and dad. I'm going to take over, and I'm going to make sure that you never feel this way or that way again, okay? Now I'm going to take you to a secret place. What is your inner child like? My inner child likes ice cream. I still like ice cream. You want to go get some ice cream? I've created this mansion, a mental mansion. I've created this mansion for you and me to hang out, to play. You know, I love sponges as well. I know that's weird, but we got a sponge pit. We can throw sponges at each other, bite on sponges, shit like that. You know, whatever your inner child likes. And you just cater to that inner child, and you let her know whatever emotion she feels is totally okay, and you make her feel safe again. Your internal world just wants to feel safe. Your inner child just wants to feel safe. She wants the safety, or he wants the safety that he never received when he was a child. We grow up to be hurt kids in adult bodies. You know, it just is what it is. But there are ways that we can channel that trauma and transmute that trauma into something that can help the world. And that's what I want to do with these videos. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what y'all think.